Hey you guys, in this video we're going to draw a French Bulldog. I hope you're going to follow along with me. Let's get started. First I want to give you a quick preview of how our French Bulldog turned out at the very end. I hope you're really excited to follow along with me. It turned out awesome, and I'm sure your drawings are going to look really cool too. Don't worry about making your drawing look exactly like mine. The most important thing is to have fun and practice. Also for this lesson I'm using a pencil to draw the main shapes of our little French Bulldog, and then we'll use the markers to draw and color with at the very end. Because I'm using markers to draw with, I'm also drawing on marker paper. This is my favorite brand. I love this because it helps keep the markers lasting much longer than if we were using regular printer paper. Let's use our pencils to draw the main shapes. We're gonna draw a circle for our Bulldog's head. I'm gonna start right here in the middle, and then we're gonna draw it this big, and I'm going to go over it a couple times because I want to work on getting this into a better circle, and that's okay. Don't worry in this part of the drawing. Don't worry about making your lines look perfect. It's okay if they're messy and wobbly. And also, if you go back over it and you don't want to keep a line, maybe you redraw it. You want to draw it taller. You can go back in with your eraser and erase any of the lines you don't want to keep. That was a bit of a challenge. Sometimes I feel like it's easier to draw a circle, and sometimes I think it's really challenging. It depends on the day. Okay, that time it was challenging. Went over it a couple times, but I erased all the lines I don't want to keep. I also hope that you'll take extra time if you need it. Pause the video and really work on the shapes and get them just the way you want them before we go on to the next step. Okay, now we're going to draw another circle. This is for our dog's snout. I'm going to start about halfway in the middle of our circle, the one that we've already drawn, and then we're going to draw it coming around and then touch the bottom, and yeah, there we go. I'm going to work on this too. Maybe that's it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now we're going to... I'm excited about that one. Now we're ready to go on to the next step. We're going to draw the ears. We're going to start here. We're going to draw a curve coming out and up to the left. And I love French Bulldogs or Frenchies' ears. They're really cool. We're going to, nice and pointed. We're going to draw it coming out this way too. And then we're going to curve down. We're going to curve down and then connect into our head. We're going to do the same thing over on this side. And we want these ears to match. So if you need that extra time to work on it, you can. There we go. And I'm going to work, let's see. Yeah, okay, let's leave it like that. Then right here at the bottom, we're going to draw a little bump on the bottom of our Frenchie's ears, or French Bulldog's ears, just a little one. And then we're going to come down here and we're going to draw the body. So we're going to draw it coming down. They have broader, big shoulders. So we're going to come out on both sides. Then we're going to curve down and in. And then down here at the bottom, we're going to connect straight across, well, with a little curve for the belly. I'm going to redraw this up here on the ear a little bit different. I'm going to draw this kind of smaller, this little bump in here. I'm going to draw it smaller. Then we'll erase that first line we drew. And we could also erase the line, the first line that we drew through to the circle. So we got the little bump down here at the bottom. This one I'm going to draw smaller too. And then we'll erase the other lines. Now we got all the shapes just the way that we want them. We're going to put our pencil off to the side and switch to our marker for the details. Let's start with the nose, and we're going to draw the top of our nose right here in the middle over that guideline. Then we're going to curve around and turn it into an oval shape. And then we can also, at the very bottom, let's draw a little bump right in the middle. And then let's color in this nose shape. Now for the mouth, we're going to draw a big bulldog mouth. So we'll come down in the middle, and then we're going to curve out past the circle on the left. So we'll curve down, and then we're going to go out past, and then we're going to curve back up for the smile. And then we're going to try to match on the same side, or on the other side, matching this side. And it's okay if they're a little different. Okay, and then we can also draw the bottom of the mouth, curving across and over to the other side. Okay, now let's draw the eyes. I'm gonna draw them nice and big, circle, and we're drawing it pretty close to the snout. And then we'll try to match that same size over here. And then we can also draw the highlights. I'm gonna draw a small circle, but towards the center. It looks like our dog is cross-eyed now, but we're gonna color in the big circle and leave the little circle white. This is the reflection to make the eyes look shiny. Also, now we're ready for the outside shape of our little puppy. We're gonna draw the top of his head, tracing over the pencil line. Then we're gonna draw the ears. And I'm gonna start here. We're gonna come up and we kind of have this point at the top, but we want it curved. So at the very top, we don't want it pointy. We want a little curve at the point, a little curve up here at the top. And then we're gonna come back down and then we're gonna draw that little bump at the bottom. Let's repeat that same step over here. We're gonna trace over the pencil line, but at the very top, we're gonna curve and then come back down. And then we'll draw that little bump at the bottom. Okay, now for the side of the head, this is a little different, but we're gonna start inside the ear. Then we're gonna curve and then trace over the pencil line, but we're gonna stop when we're in line with the middle of the eye. Then we'll do the same thing over here. And then stop in the middle of the eye. Then we're gonna add the little cheeks for our bulldog. So we're gonna, we don't wanna draw them too big, but we're gonna come out and then we're gonna curve back in. Now it's really looking like a French Bulldog. We're gonna try to draw the same thing over here and connect back in. This one comes out a little further. That's okay, maybe he has something in his cheek, okay? Now we're ready to draw the feet and also the body. We're gonna trace over the pencil line. We're gonna come down and then we'll stop here. We're gonna come out for the foot. Let's do the same thing over here. Trace down, then we're gonna stop in the same spot and then curve out for the foot. Now let's draw the rest of the foot coming in, and then we're gonna come straight up. Got a little wobbly, that's okay. Then we're gonna do the same thing over here. I think I'm gonna start here though to try to match where it comes down so that it's the same width. And then we'll curve around for the foot. It's a little different, and that's okay. If your drawings are different than mine, don't worry about it. The most important thing is to have fun and practice. Now we're gonna draw the belly coming across and connecting. Oh, let's also draw the two toe lines on both feet. Now let's draw the hind legs or the back legs. We're gonna draw it curving out. So our little puppy's sitting down, then we're gonna curve out again and then into the foot. Let's do the same thing over here to match. Curve around and then into the foot. And then maybe just one toe line on this because the rest are hidden behind the front feet. And the little tail. We did it. We finished drawing our French Bulldog, except we're not completely done. We still need to color it. This part will fast forward, but at the end you can pause the video if you want to match my same coloring. But remember, you can also color yours completely different. But before you color, remember to use your eraser and erase any of the guidelines you can still see. We did it! We finished coloring our French Bulldog and it looks so much better all colored in. I really hope you'll take time to color your drawings. You can pause the video right now to match my same coloring, but also remember you can color your drawings any way you want. Also be sure to finish your drawing by adding a background. I first colored my puppy with a light brown, and then I used a darker brown to add the snout and also little wrinkles on the face. Don't forget to add a shadow underneath your puppy to make it look more 3D. And I hope you had a lot of fun following along with me and drawing a French Bulldog, and we'll see you later, our friends. Goodbye!